Good morning and welcome to Saturday Special of Dr.Lamba's Awakening Call. Tomorrow starts an 8-day long Jewish festival, popularly known as Hanukkah, but also known as Chanukah. And it's one of the oldest celebrations in any religion. It started as early as 2nd century BCE and continues to be celebrated with gusto and reverence till today. Curiously, I've seen that the oldest religions, there's a certain synergy in all religions. Hinduism and Jewish are the oldest religions. And you will find even the celebration of these two festivals are almost identical. Now, to a great extent, Hanukkah resembles our Deepavali. There's a difference. But Deepavali starts basically after Dussehra to Deepavali 10 days. Hanukkah is 8 days. And so much so that Hanukkah is called the Festival of Lights, like Deepavali is called the Festival of Lights. Both celebrate victory and liberation. Now, Hanukkah is a Jewish festival commemorating the recovery of Jerusalem and rededication of the Second Temple at the beginning of Maccabean revolt against Syrians, essentially Seleucid Empire. And it begins and the end of Kislev 25 continues for 8 days, roughly corresponding to the last week of December. This year it starts tomorrow and continues for 8 days. And imagine one thing lovely about this festival. There's a menorah. Menorah is like a candle stand, which has 8 candles, which can hold 8 candles. And each night, one candle is lit, so you know what it is. Now, what happened was that in the 2nd century BC, the Holy Land of Israel was ruled by Seleucids. Seleucids are the Syrian Greeks who tried to force the people of Israel to accept the Greek culture and beliefs instead of mitzvah observance and belief in God. And against all odds, the small band of faithful but poorly armed Jews led by Judah in the Maccabi defeated one of the mightiest armies of the world, drove the Greeks from the land, reclaimed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and when they fought, they were brave, and when they sought to light the temple's menorah, they found only one cruse of olive oil that had escaped contamination by the Greeks. So miraculously, they lit the menorah, and one day's supply lasted for 8 days until the news spread and the new oil could be prepared under the conditions of ritual purity. Now that's a difference, but otherwise, as far as the Festival of Lights is concerned, so commemorate and publicize these miracles. The festival constituted the festival of Chanukah. Now, how it is observed? At the heart of the festival, the basically is that the mighty menorah is lighted, and the menorah holds, as I said, candles, one of which is Shamisha, the attendant, which is used to kindle the other 8 lights. So 8 bars, this is the source. It continues burning. On the first night, we light just one flame. On the second night, an additional flame. And slowly, by the end of the 8th night, all the flames are lighted. And that completes. On Friday afternoon, care must be taken to light the menorah before Shabbat candles are lit. And following evening, they are kindled only after the Shabbat has ended. Special blessings are recited, special prayers take place, and traditional songs are sung. Here this differs from Deepavali too. In Deepavali we have, rather it goes and with Dussehra, the Ram Leela. But here is a traditional mannerism, and when you basically, essentially, Lakshmi Pujan is done when traditional melodies are done, art is performed. So here, almost the same thing. A mantra is lit in every household, even by each individual within the household. So if there are 7 members, there will be 7 mantras. And it's also lit in the synagogues and other places. And in recent years, I have seen, when I visited Israel, I've heard thousands of jumbo minarets cropped up in the front of the city halls and the legislative buildings, the malls, the parks, all over. And special Hallel prayers are sung. And then, at that time, it's a strange ecstatic feeling. Similarly, the grace after meals and the thanksgiving to the God. And what for thanksgiving? For delivering the strong into the hands of the weak. The strong army was defeated, and the many into the hands of the few, the wicked in the hands of the righteousness. Now, Chanukah or Hanukkah, special foods are prepared. And any animal with cloven hooves which does not choose cut is not supposed to be eaten, it's forbidden. And such animals include like camel, hags, hare, pig. And any product derived from these animals is also prohibited. So no bacon, no ham. And then, since Chanukah miracle involved oil, it's customary to eat food fried in oil. So no cloven hoof animal, but Eastern European classic potato fatke, garnished with applesauce or sour cream. And I love their reigning Israeli favorite, the jelly-filled donut. It was lovely. So, but basically the food has to be fried in oil, celebration. And then, another beautiful thing is that the children and the elders play a game called dreidel. On Hanukkah it's customary to play with a dreidel, and it's a 4-sided spinning top bearing the words Nu, Gere, Hein, Shin. It's an acronym of Nes Gadol Ham Shem. A great miracle happened here. So you spin this top bearing these letters, and it's usually played for a pot of coins or nuts and other stuff which is won or lost based on the letters that dreidel lands when it's spun. Then there's Jilt. And this is a sort of a charity, and in the consumer driven society as it is today, the people place great importance to the gifts. However, traditionally Jalt is given, is a gift of money to children. It's like the Muslim festival, Eid, when Eid is given to youngsters. Maybe since the Muslims are impacted by the Jews, whether they accept it or not, they hate Jews, as the Christians don't. But the Eid is basically taken from Jewish religion, and the Jalt is there, the gift of the money. And in addition to that, is rewarding the righteous behavior and devotion to Torah study. And cash gifts is given to the poor, and then they give tasdaq. Tasdaq is a charity, like I talked about the swan or zakat. So this is also there. And this has spawned the phenomena of gift giving. And nowadays children usually get gel, chocolate gel. And what's the meaning? Why get gel? Noting that the time spent is in close proximity to Hanukkah light, the rabbi would say we must listen carefully what the candles are saying. So, what are the flickering candles telling us? And these messages, when I heard, they were lovely. Never be, and they're great moral lessons. The flickering lessons tell you, stand by your rights. Never be afraid to stand for your rights. Judah Maccabee and his band faced daunting tasks, but that did not stop them. With a prayer on their lips and faith in their heart, they entered the battle of their lives and they won. Second message is always increase in matters of goodness and Torah observance. Sure, a single film was good enough for yesterday, but today you need even better. The second candle is lit. Then a little light goes a long way. Yes, the Hanukkah candles are lit when dusk is falling, and they are placed in the doorway. They serve as a beacon for the darkening streets. It's like the lighthouse showing the way. So no matter how it is outside, the candle of goodness can transform the darkness into light. Next message is take the light to the streets. Hanukkah is unique that the primary mitzvah is observed in public. So from domestic, homely atmosphere to a social atmosphere is a transformation. It's not enough to be Jew at heart, even at home. Hanukkah teaches you to shine outward into your surroundings with godly glow of mitzvah. Then, another message. Don't be ashamed to perform mitzvahs, even if you will feel different. Rather, be like a menorah, spread light, proudly proclaim your radiance. Don't feel shy. There's a big story, the Syrian, 2000 years back, the land was right apart the Greek Empire. And that is still a resistance to the people. And those people basically have always, then it's a celebration of the martyrs for the freedom. People died in fighting. And those martyrs are also celebrated in Hanukkah restaurant. These 8 days of celebration, these 8 days where special food is there, when the special games are there, when the charity takes place, when the children are given gifts of love. This festival is instilling the life's principle. Do what is right. Do not hide your light under the bushel. Go into the streets and proclaim godliness. Now, and what happens after Hanukkah? The brightness of the first Hanukkah light has dwindled down, but the holy fire is burning from morning till evening as prescribed by the law. And then, that thing, fighting for your rights, and possibly that has given Israel the capacity even now to fight against all laws. You remember, they were alone, nobody to support them, and all the Arabian countries, Egypt and Saudi Arabia, attacked them, and single-handedly they defeated them. They say it was God's gift. But if you look at their capabilities and this desert land they have converted into a great beauty, is it because of their dedication? Yes. But they are also practicing Hanukkah in their daily life. They do not hide their doings. Now here there is a difference. Hindu philosophy is never to boast. Do your things quietly and have done with it. They say, no, why? Take it to the street. And that psalm singing, carrying the messages, and the messages which I told you of the Hanukkah are in fact the messages of freedom, the messages of doing the right and not be afraid. The concept of Mahabhoeg, propagated by Swami Vivekananda, is enshrined in the Hanukkah. So this festival of lights is a festival celebration of rights, victory of good over evil, and spreading light basically, the light of divinity, the light of righteousness, and the light of freedom, human freedom, where a small band could defeat the mighty army, the mightiest army of the world at that time. The whole thing is so awe-inspiring that one has to say, Happy Hanukkah. Thank you.